The delegate from Roanoke City, Delegate Rasoul.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Speaking to the bill.
The delegate has the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen of the House. You know, growing up in the Roanoke Valley as a Palestinian American was an interesting experience. Maybe not as interesting as Delegate Avoli trying to change the laws around unclaimed bodies as an Italian American, but interesting nonetheless. We had a rather ecumenical upbringing. We would go to the Church of the Brethren, Baptist churches. My parents just wanted to be around good people. I grew up in a corner store where black, brown, white, rich, poor, all kinds of folks came in, and you learned to relate to people no matter who they are, and kept us involved with a lot of interfaith work. As I grew older, Mr. Speaker, and grew out of my bubble in the Roanoke Valley, I began to understand the world around me a little bit more. I was well into my 20s when it had hit me that my dad, who spent his whole childhood immersed in the Palestinian-Israeli conflict through the wars and whatnot, and them coming here in the 60s, had never said anything negative about those of the Jewish faith, Israel, Israelis. And I asked him about that because it had never really occurred to me why that was the case. And he said, the trauma that I experienced should never impact the way my kids view the world, because I'm going to have to raise children that are going to need to get along with everybody. We're going to need to love everyone. And in America, Mr. Speaker, we all have rights. We have rights that should be equal. This bill today is not about that conflict. It is about our rights as Americans. This bill can stymie Virginians' ability to speak freely. A loyalty oath should not be required to do business with Virginia, Mr. Speaker. What we have seen in 2018, a federal court blocked Kansas from enforcing the law on the grounds that the First Amendment protects the right to participate in political boycotts. And just on January 28th, 2022, the U.S. District Court of the Southern District of Texas ruled that the city of Houston cannot forbid an engineering firm from boycotting Israel as a part of its contract. This is certainly very interesting, persuasive authority for us to lean on, Mr. Speaker, as boycotts are constitutionally protected speech. And I hope that we will protect that right, Mr. Speaker, and not engross this bill and pass it on to a second reading.
The delegate from Fairfax, Delegate Simon.